What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I went to pick up some trailer tires, and the tire store did not have any trailer tires or in the price range that I wanted to spend. I was looking for a sub $300 tire, something around there. Put on a spread axle trailer, just gonna drag it around anyway. From my experience, I put more expensive tires on. I get about 110 to 120 to 30,000 miles on them. You know, some of them wear a little faster than others. The front axle wears a little faster than the rear axle, and the inners wear a little faster. But somewhere around that range is what I've always gotten. And so I didn't want to pay a whole lot of money for a set of tires. And the guy told me that they were having problems getting tires and everything. And I don't know, maybe they got hung up on the canal over there with the ship when it had it blocked or something. I have no idea. Most of these tires are not made in America, obviously the cheaper tires. Anyway, he did have some drive tires here, so that's what I picked up. I picked up a set of Synergy DP209 drive tires. The only trailer tires he had were like $420 a piece. So you do that times 8 trailer tires. I was really going to get 4, but I'm going to need 4 more shortly. But if you do that, you're looking at $700 or something, time you put tax on it and everything. So I really didn't want to do that. You know, I wanted to say with the tires like 300 bucks a piece, something like that, so it wouldn't be that steep. But anyway, I still have a little bit of tread left on my drive tires on my rear axle on my truck. And so he had these here. I knew I was going to need drive tires in like 2 months. So he had these here, and these are about 300 bucks a piece for these Synergy DP209s. I've run the Synergy AP400, which is all-purpose on my trailer before. They did okay. Got the same 110, 20,000 miles. A drive tire will last longer than that. I usually get around 200,000 on a set of drives. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending. You know, it just depends. But somewhere around 200,000. They last a lot longer than what they do on the spread axle trailer. But I picked these up, and I got these mounted on a set of spare wheels that I had off of my old truck. And so that's what I just got through doing now. And I guess I'm going to pull my truck in here, and that way all I have to do is take the ones off, put these on the rear axle of the truck, and then I'm going to keep the ones on the rear axle of my truck mounted, and I'm going to swap out them with some of my tires in my trailer that need to be replaced, and kind of run them that way. That way I have an extra set of one axle's worth of tires already mounted up on a set of wheels to swap out, make it a little quicker. And if I have a flat tire or something, I can just swap it and all that sort of stuff. I was looking at buying a new trailer or another trailer, or at least possibility of that, maybe towards the end of the year if the year went well, and because my trailer needs some work and stuff done on it, just like boards and stuff. The boards are getting loose, and I got some boards I need to replace and need some tires on it. So I was thinking that I would go ahead and look into going and look at a trailer. And since they didn't have any tires, I decided to go by the trailer shop or trailer store and talk with them about a new trailer, because I had seen on the internet that they had some trailers there that was like I was wanting. And I went over there, and the guy said that they had a 2020 model Dorsey 48102 fixed spread combo that had the coil package, it had a dump valve, and let's see what else. It had the lights, the marker lights down the side. I really like the marker lights down the side of it. Some of these trailers, they order them with no marker lights down the side. You only have one light for your turn, and I find them hard to see at night. If you pull out in front of somebody, or if somebody pulls out in front of you, one of them, it's hard to see. Like I had a guy with an oil field, one of those black oil field trailers, whatever those tankers they haul in them, that only has one light in the center. I come over the top of the hill the other night, and the guy had pulled out in front of me, and it took me a second to realize that that was a truck right there sideways the road pulling out in front of me, versus if he would have had marker lights on it, I would have instantly recognized it. But it was a dark road, and like I say, I come over the hill, he had pulled out because he didn't know that I was coming. I couldn't see because it was over top of the hill, made it hard to see. So I want a trailer with marker lights on it. That's what I prefer. But anyway, the guy had one sitting there, and basically he told me with FET and everything, it's $30,000. I took some pictures when I got back, and I sent him on my trailer. He has not got back with me yet, so I don't know. He gave me kind of a ballpark of $3 or $4 grand. I don't know that I'm that interested in that. Figure my trailer is probably worth $5 or so, selling it outright. But you know, it's not that. I don't know. It's not great shape, but I looked at some stuff that they had over there that was asking a whole lot more than that for, that wasn't in any better shape. He had a 2019 Transcraft 554C over there that was set up the same way. It had a coil package, fixed spread with dump valve. He wanted $22,000 for it, and the brakes were shot. This trailer had to have at least 200,000 miles on it by looking at it. It had salt spray all over it. They hadn't bothered to wash it. But the brakes were shot, and my trailer's got new brakes on it that I put on there last year, I think it was. Anyway, but the brakes on this one were shot. It had steel wheels. My trailer has aluminum wheels. The Dorsey trailer I looked at was aluminum wheels. So I want a trailer with aluminum wheels. So you're looking at $1,200 right there upgrade on $22,000, plus a set of brakes for $1 grand probably, brakes and drums because they were both bad. And then it didn't have a toolbox on it, but the Dorsey didn't have a toolbox either. My trailer does. So you're looking at another $1,000 for a toolbox. And so you look at the $22,000 plus $1,000 for a toolbox, it's $23,000. Just say $1,000 for the aluminum wheels, $24,000, and $1,000 for the brakes and shoes. So you're $25 grand right there, and a 2019 trailer. And those trailers only have warranty, to my understanding, to the first owner. So looking at that, that doesn't seem like a great deal. If you had to add a $1,000 toolbox to the Dorsey, you're at $31. So there's $6 grand difference. And that's to say, I don't know what he would give for my trade or whatever. And I was hoping they had some better finance options. If you guys are watching this, that's bought some new trailers and stuff, leave in the comments. I don't know, by the time I get this video up, if I'll be made a decision or not. I like the Dorsey trailers by the looks of them, but I'm open to some other stuff that's, you know, maybe got some better financing, because the financing this guy told me is going to be like 9 or 10%. He said, depending on my credit score and whatever. They use it outside, like a commercial bank or whatever, a credit union, that you know, Dorsey doesn't have their own financing. It's like a real low, you know, like when you buy a car or a tractor, a piece of equipment that's, you know, they can give you like 0 or 1 or 2% or something like that. He was talking 9 or 10% financing over 5 years. And if you figure that up, what I was thinking is, I just did the math in my head kind of, and then whenever I got back home, I sat down and looked at it again. And if you figure $31,000 for the trailer, and he said this is a 2020 model now. He said they had some 21s coming in, and it was going to be like $32,500. But if that didn't include a toolbox either, it was the same spec trailer, so it'd be $33,500 with a toolbox by the time they get the 21s in. But for the 2020 model I looked at with the toolbox, it's going to be 31 grand. So let's just assume that he give me $4 grand trade on mine before I put tires on it, before I spend any money in it. If I put tires on it, I definitely ain't taking that far. But let's just subtract that, and then say I put $3,000 cash down that I was going to buy a set of tires with. So $9,000 down, I guess is what that would be. No, $7,000 down. I'm ass off. Anyway, so I'd be $24,000 financed. If you do the at 9%, $24,000 over 60 months, you're going to pay back $30,000 off the 24, so $6,000 finance fee. So basically, when I got through running the numbers, this trailer is going to cost $37,000 basically. Now, as I say, I would be trading my trailer in, and I would be paying $3 grand cash down on it. So I would only owe $24,000 right off the bat. And if something happened, you know, I could still get out from under it if I decided to get out of trucking, or who knows, you never know. I don't want to be upside down in something that it's hard to get out of. You know, like it's easy to do that with vehicles or anything like that depreciates. And I don't want to be in that situation. So that's what I was looking at. And I just hadn't made up my mind what I want to do yet on it. As I say, I was looking at that 2019 Transcraft, and I just don't see that's a good deal either, because it ain't but $5 or $6 grand off the new one, and I can tell it's got 200,000 miles on it because it needs 4 tires, it needs brakes. Did I say the tires a while ago? Yeah, it needs 4 tires, it needs a set of brakes, a toolbox, and aluminum wheels. There's 4 things it needs. So it just time you pay 22. Yeah, I don't think I included the tires a while ago. 22, 23 for the wheels, 24 for the tires, 25 for the brakes, 26 would be the toolbox. Yeah, it'd be $26,000 with the toolbox versus 31 on the brand new Dorsey. So you're only $5,000 off. And a trailer that's got 200,000 miles on it, that's obviously been pulled through salt because it still had salt spray all up under the trailer, that's probably going to start rusting, and that has wear on the bushings already, and that doesn't have a warranty. Your financing, the payment's going to be about the same because they won't go as many years on it. So that's another thing I don't like. But if you figure the $26,000, if you give me 4 on my trailer and I paid down 3, I think that would leave me at $19,000, I believe. So yeah, then the finance charge on 19 still put me a little more than I want to be. If he had the trailer, if it had everything else, you know, if it didn't need brakes and if it had decent tires on it and aluminum wheels, and say all I had to do was add a toolbox to it, I think 22 would be a fair price for it. But with the shape that the trailer was in, I just kind of don't see it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just keep running what I got for time being. Close to the end of the year, I may have to go ahead and go to another place or wait and swap some tires around and go, or just buy some more expensive tires and put on here or something. I'm not sure. Just kicking around some ideas and stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you bought trailers or whatever. I know that Transcraft, I think, has their own financing, so I may call on that this week and see kind of what their deal is at a different place. Check with a couple of different places. It just seems excessive to me for aluminum combo. It's going to cost about $37,000, and that's for a 2020 model. If you go wait till the 21 come in, you're looking at 40 grand for aluminum combo time when you figure in the finance and everything. And that's just a little bit more than I want to spend on a trailer. It would be different if it made me additional money, but it's just replacing an older piece of equipment, and so there's no additional money going to be made from that. So I don't know. That's a hard sell. So anyway, just something to think about. I'll get my truck turned around and pull in here, and we're going to stick these tires on there. So here's the tires I'm removing. As you see, they still got tread on. They got 6 to 7 30 seconds. 2 30 seconds is minimum on drives and trailer tires. But so they still got a couple months life left in them. So I'm going to, like I say, stick these, finish wearing them out on the trailer. These are the Synergy DP209s. If anybody's interested in some of those, wonder what the tread pattern looks like. This is some Americas CS3000s that I got from a friend of mine a couple months back. I'll light on so you can see that. You can tell how much more tread that these brand new ones have. I would say these are about 50%. These are the brand new ones here. These are 21 30 seconds. New. I don't know what these are. These are probably 14 to 16 right now. I have not checked them. And then as I say, these over here are 6 or 7. So we'll go ahead and zip them off using my 3/4 inch Milwaukee here, 2864-20. So far I've not found a lug nut that will not remove. I'm sure if you left them on there long enough and run up north that you definitely would. But so far it's been doing the trick for me. It saves my back on picking up the 1-inch air impact. But I'll go ahead and zip them off. That's so much better than holding that 1 inch. I'll tell you that much. I think it's still a good idea to have a 1 inch on hand, just in case you run across a stubborn one and that bit of Milwaukee won't break loose. But it seems to get the job done. Still thinking about the trailer situation. I would like to have something a little newer, aluminum combo, a little lighter. I don't know if it'd help the fuel economy all that much or not. There's probably, the trailers I was looking at versus this trailer here is probably about 2,000 pounds difference in the weight. This trailer here has had some extra bracing and stuff added and whatnot, and it's already over 12,000 pounds anyway. So this trailer's probably about 12.5. The trailers I was looking at were right about 10.5. So it'd be about a 2,000 pounds weight savings. I'm about 32.5 if I'm full of fuel. I'm usually not always full of fuel whenever I pick up a load, because I buy fuel out in Texas. It's a little cheaper, and so I'm usually down 3/4 or less when I get back to load or whatever. So usually around 32,000. So that would bring me, that'd bring me down to 30,000 pounds range. But I just don't know if it'd help the fuel economy enough to kind of offset some of the note, or if it would change things very much at all. Just thinking, just thinking still. I don't know, that seems like a whole lot of money for a flatbed trailer to me. I know some of you guys got Conestogas and stuff, got 60 grand tied up in them. It's just kind of more money than I want to spend for a flatbed trailer. For that kind of money, you can buy a double wide, It'd be different if I was, if I didn't have a trailer at all and needed to buy something, but I've got a trailer. I just kind of like to upgrade to something a little better, but I don't know. It's kind of another one of them things that, whenever you got a trailer you're trying to sell, it ain't worth anything, and whenever you're trying to buy a trailer, they won't double the price that it should be worth, seems like. I'm seeing trailers that are 10 years old bringing, $15,000, $16,000 as, some of them more, some of them still asking, 17 or 18 for a trailer that's 10 years old, that needs tires, needs brakes, they got tarp straps holding the toolbox up. The time you add all that up, you look at it, the time you put put tires and brakes and a new toolbox on them, I mean, you're in the thing 25 grand. I don't know. I don't know. I think this here is the wheel that wasn't in her before. These wheels have got pitting in them running up north, so trying to polish them doesn't really do a whole lot. It helps them a little bit, I think I'm gonna have to jack it up just a touch. Maybe not. Just about right. Perfect. Now I got to get my valve stems lined up 180 degrees apart. That's the way I like to do them. That way, if you have a flat on the inner or need to put air in the inner, if you look at the outer, you know that the inner is 180 degrees apart from it. Well, that's done. I went ahead and removed the dunnage I had stuck in my landing gear. I hadn't used those posts that I had in there probably 3 years, and it was just extra weight carrying around. Something else for DOT to look at, to see sitting there. A lot of guys don't strap them things down real well, and they'll get loose and walk out and stuff. And DOT looks at that sort of stuff. But I had them tied on there very securely, but I don't ever use them anymore, so I went ahead and removed them. So got those mounted up. A lot more tread than the front set, but these here were a lot more than the ones I removed, that's for sure. Here's another look at the ones I'm removing that still got a little life left in them. As I say, I'm gonna put these on the trailer and finish running them out. I think they'll work better probably on the rear axle than the front. I think I've run some grips on a spread axle before years ago, and if I remember right, on the front axle they wanted to whop out some, and on the rear axle they ran decent. So I'll probably swap them around some kind of way to see, just to finish getting the life left out of them there, because they're still good tires. They're not that old. They're not rotten or anything. I think they're only 3 years old, maybe. Something like that. I don't know where the DOT date is on them. 18. 3 years old. So they're not that old. Still in good shape, just getting on down there a little bit, and needed to buy some tires, and they didn't have what I went down there for. So I got the next thing that I was going to need was drives. I was going to wait till next month and buy a set of drives and get trailer tires now. Wait till next month and get the drives, but I'm doing it backwards because they didn't have what I wanted, and still kicking the trailer idea around. As I say, I was kind of thinking about maybe towards the end of the year I wanted to see how this year was going to go, but I don't know. I guess I can put them tires on the trailer there and think on it some more, see what that guy's going to tell me whenever he gets back with me as far as trading on mine and stuff. And I just don't know. I don't see, I've seen some trailers sitting in a scrap pile that they're asking $3,500 for, basically. This trailer is, it's got aluminum wheels, a toolbox, and it is running up and down the road. It's got a brand new set of brakes and shoes and drums on it. So it should be worth more than that. So I don't know what he's going to say. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. You guys can leave in the comments what your thoughts on it is. This seems a little bit pricey to me by the time you add in the financing. If they had if that was 0% interest, figured in for that price of 31 grand, it wouldn't be bad at all. But if you're going to add another $7,000 worth of interest on that, I don't know. That kind of puts it out of the price range that I want to pay. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm just thinking about it, and I may. When I bought this trailer, I wasn't using the truck, so I had plenty of time. This is before I did YouTube, and I had this trailer tore apart for, 2 or 3 weeks, and I was working on it. I redid all the, put new S-cam bushings in it, new brakes, new drums, went through all of that stuff, had it all tore apart. I completely sandblasted. I had one of those attachments that went on a pressure washer, where you can kind of do a wet sandblasting, and I painted the trailer and everything, and that was in 2014, and that's the only reason that it looks as good as it does still. But the paint's faded out some. I put all new DOT tape on it then, and all that good stuff. Made sure everything worked before I put it on the road, and then after I put it on the road, it's been about 3 or 4 years ago, I put new bushings in it, and I put the LED lights and the marker lights, having a problem with those. So I did a lot of stuff to this trailer, you know, when I got it, and I just kind of looking at, you know, a lot of that stuff's getting wore again, and you know, the time that it takes to go and do all that, and I kind of wanted a little newer, nicer looking trailer anyway, and it's kind of, you know, save on some of the time of what it's going to take to, you know, redo some of these boards and whatnot, and all that. So I don't know. If I could find another trailer maybe that was reasonably priced, you know, even if it was like a 2005 model or something, I'd like a little newer trailer that had what I was looking for, that was reasonably priced, that I could buy and still run this one and fix that one up. See, that's the problem. While I'm fixing this one up, I can't, you know, I wind up missing loads if I try to, you know, wind up tearing a bunch of stuff down on this one, and I got a load to haul. You know, I wound up costing myself money doing that. But if I could find another trailer that was decently priced that I could go through, kind of my spare time and stuff on the weekend and whatnot when I wasn't doing nothing, and fix up, you know, I would consider that. But it would have to be, you know, it would have to be priced at a level that made sense. And the trailers I'm seeing for sale, you know, is a 2005 or so. Like I say, they're asking $15,000 for it. They need tires, it needs brakes, needs a toolbox. You know, some of them's got steel wheels at that price. And you know, that's not really a buy. You know the bushings is probably going to need bushings. That's another grand. And then it's probably going to need S-cam bushings, possibly S-cams, and, you know, wheel seals. When you go through all that stuff, it's not hard to drop $5,000 in one. And, you know, I don't want to have 20-something thousand dollars tied up in a trailer that's 15 years old and not worth nowhere near that either. Because whenever you put that kind of money in something, you just really don't get no return for it. And that's what I was looking at on this here. You know, if I spend, you know, if I would have bought them set of tires they had down there, $3,700 for a set of 8 tires, you know, that does not increase the value of this trailer $3,700. You know, and somebody looking at buying it, they may give you extra $1,000 for it because it's got new tires on it. So it's not a real good, investment on if it's something that you're considering getting rid of. And that's, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I'm up in the air on it. I still haven't made up my mind. You guys leave in the comments your thoughts of what you think you would do in this situation. It'd be nice to have a little nicer trailer than newer, you know, lighter. I don't know, as I say, about the if it would save any fuel or not, if that would help pay the note, make it make sense. You know, it is a tax write-off, so, you know, it wouldn't be $37,000 out of pocket. You know, you get tax deduction on that. It would lower the cost, but at the same time, you know, you could buy other stuff that you know, that would be needed as well, and make other repairs, and, you know, still get the tax write-off, or expand the business or something. So I don't know. I'm just considering all my options, I guess, at this point, and I'm going to see what that guy tells me. He's probably going to lowball me pretty good on this. I don't know. But got a couple other places I'm going to look at. I've been looking on the internet, and I don't know. The newer Transcrafts, they tell me, is better. I've looked at one. I know a guy that actually bought one about 3 years ago, and he said no problems with his whatsoever. He's happy with it. He bought a 53 foot. He said that's what he wanted. I've not had a reason for a 53 foot really. So, you know, a 48's fine with me. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the trailer deal yet. I may just buy some more boards and stuff and put on it. I did that whenever I bought it. I replaced a lot of the boards because it was missing a lot of them. But that was in 2014. So that's been a while, and it needs some more. Those boards that you get at the lumberyard is not near as good as what they put on these trailers from the factory. And a lot of the ones from the factory need to be replaced as well. If not, just do all of them, but I don't know. I really don't want to spend the money in this trailer to put, you know, a whole new floor in it. Kind of leaning toward another trailer, and that's one of the reasons I went and looked after I found out they didn't have the tires that I wanted for the price I wanted. I could have put 11R tires, which is a tall 22 on it. They did have some of those in stock, but you got to be real careful because they will get into your sliding ratchets over on the other side, and it will tear a brand new tire all to pieces. It'll cut it all the way down to the cord if you put 11 Rs on it. But I've seen people do that before. So you'd have to be very mindful if you did that, and I would rather keep everything, low pro 22.5s. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I've got some other stuff coming for my truck, a couple of upgrades and stuff I'm making on it. There's be a couple of videos coming out on that probably. I don't know what I'm gonna get around. I hadn't even got the stuff in yet, so I don't know when it'll come in. It'll probably come in next week maybe. I just ordered this stuff like 2 days ago. And so I guess it'll come in, and then whenever I get time to do it. So I don't know. We'll see. I've been staying decently busy. I don't know about the lumber shortages and stuff they've had. Last year was pretty dead. There wasn't a whole lot of lumber and stuff moving, and it's picked up a little bit this year. The prices really haven't went down. They just I guess people just decided to pay what they got to pay in order to get whatever they're building built, I guess, because that throws you off with, you got project that's already in planning, and whenever all this stuff went down, everything was put on pause, and I guess now that things is getting back, and I guess there's still a shortage, and they're just paying whatever they got to pay to get it. I don't know. But so I hadn't had a whole lot of time to make videos and stuff here lately. And trying to do stuff to the truck and other stuff, seeing family, visiting family, and all that good stuff. Just not enough time in the day here lately, doesn't seem to be. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's getting kind of long. We'll see you guys in the next video. It's kind of what I prefer.